Let's talk about if the market is actually crashing right now. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Morrison. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Rapid City, Black Hills area. And this is Rapid City Real Estate News, where we do a weekly video on what is happening in the real estate market here in Rapid City. Now, today's video is going to be pretty short and to the point. We're going to go over a little bit of the numbers and things that are adjusting with it. But the main thing I want to talk about today is people talking about the market crashing right now, especially here locally in Rapid City. Real estate is a very hyper-local subject, meaning the market that you're in exactly, like your town, your city, is way more relevant to you than the nation, but the nation has some trending factors as well. Now, many of you probably already know this, but the difference between a correction and a crash in the real estate market is a crash is more than 20% negative housing prices in a year. A correction is less than 20%, but still negative. So I'm going to speak just to Rapid City and the Black Hills itself. My personal prediction is we are definitely not going to have a crash. So I really don't think we're going to have negative 20% values or more. I had somebody the other day think we're going to tell me they think we're going to have a negative 60%. That was just some consumer speculating, but I do not see how that's possible for a multitude of reasons that I've talked about ad nauseum in previous videos. But if you look at the market as a whole in the nation, it's correcting right now, meaning it is going down slightly from what it has been doing. If you look at, I think it was my last video maybe 2 weeks ago, I talked about what our market's doing here. And I think it was the last video, 2021 versus 2022. We're up for the year, but since July or June, we're down about 1% in value. So that would be technically a correction in that period of time, 1% negative value. But for the year, we're still going to be up. And I think moving forward, we're probably going to be in that 5 to 10% appreciation range. Everybody seems to think this is the worst market of all time, but I'll tell you right now, it is definitely not. If we had not had the last 2 years to kind of have our brains say this is what a market is, we would say right now is a crazy hot market. So just last week, we had 38 houses in the market, which is a good number. 8 of those went into contract. In the last 4 weeks, it's been 5 going into contract every week. So now that number is going up a little bit, almost double, 5 to 8. 22 houses sold. The median sold price was a little bit less than the list price right there. And we have 206 active houses on the market. So the active houses on the market has been the same for the last 3 months. 200, 200, 200, 190, 206. It's right in that range. And if you were to look at 2019, before all this craziness, we had 500 houses on the market at a time. So we still are very low inventory comparatively. And if you look below that, right now today's interest rates are 7.24%. Most places, they're going to bite on the rate a little bit. You're going to be below 7. But that interest rate's been the same for a while. People saying, I've heard people say to their clients, other real estate agents, now is a bad time to buy. I'm like, how do you know that? Nobody actually knows exactly what's going to happen, but I don't understand how now is a bad time to buy something when they're saying interest rates are probably going to go up to 10%. Well, if that's the case, your 7% interest rate seems pretty sweet compared to a 10%. And if the reverse is true, they go down to 4, then you just refinance into that. So I don't think now's a bad time to buy at all, personally. I think it's probably a decent time to buy because there's more options and we could have another boost when the next election comes around and they try to drop interest rates to get more votes or whatever, right? But now a couple other little things. The under 300,000 range, we got 48 listings available in the Rapid City area, which is awesome. So if you're looking in that sub 300 range, you got a lot of options, which is amazing compared to what you've had any time in the last couple of years, 2.5 really. Median price, 233 in there, so you got some affordable houses that you can buy. It's amazing. The 300 to 500 range is the biggest range of houses we have. We have 103 houses in there. Median price is about 380. And then above 500, there's quite a bit of options as well, 56, and median price of 684. Now, for a lot of people saying that upper price point is what's going to get hit the hardest. I had a listing I put on last week. We had multiple offers on it, and it was in that luxury price point, about 800,000. So there is definitely a lot of demand in that price point still, and there's a lot of people out there looking to buy, as long as the house is nice and a nice area and that type of thing. If it's a dump for 800 grand, they're probably not going to buy it. But if it's a nice house in a nice area it's going to sell right away still. Now, this wraps up my rant for the day, guys. If you have any questions, concerns, want to talk to me about anything real estate related in Rapid City, hit the link below. It says schedule a call with me. It'll block out a 15-minute section of my calendar, and I'll give you a shout and we can talk about whatever you want to. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next week. Peace.